over here, we don't hear the cars so much, and we'll have a better chance of hearing these words because we don't have a mic today because Giselle wasn't able to be with us today.
Deer is the stage.
Oh yes, the deer is the stage. Thank you, dear. All right. So Steve, where'd you go? All right. So yeah, so Steve is here. Steve Vassal from Keating's Tobacco, and we're pretty lucky because he's very knowledgeable.
Well, I do my best on short notice.
We appreciate it.
This is a letter that I wrote to the mayor and to anyone that's actually involved with the bureaucratic process, and I'll just read it. At least we have some real, genuine researchers who are doctors and beyond illustrating the reality behind this New World Order deception. Bill Gates and his allies, the Rockefeller, largest single shareholders in the pharmaceutical industry of any family in the U.S., are also members of the eugenic movement, along with many more, including Trudeau, who, like his father, could never be trusted, as the Rothschilds could well attest to as being true where we're concerned. The banking system was sold out, our Canadian economy, in 1974 thanks to his father. People who make rules and laws to restrict their country's citizens of their rights and dignity are equally to blame. The virus is real enough, but the numbers created for this lab-constructed virus, proofs by Dr. Katrina Rise, who teaches medicine at the University of Bonn and has a PhD in virology, is illustrated in one of her books, along with the proof that an actual annual vaccine cannot be created for any influenzas due to the PCR mutating, which is a polymerase chain reaction. Our certificates falsely. Why? Sorry about that. I haven't got my reading glasses. Can you give me a minute to get those on? Who's got?
I can hold those.
That's okay. Where's the lady that has? There. Sorry about that. I wasn't ready to read today, but I carry these with me. Sorry about the interruption like that.
I'll take your time.
No problem.
Like the Walt Disney's awkward professor. There. Now I can see what's in front of me. Go back down. Okay, illustrated in her books are as far off from the truth as can be imagined. The numbers being fudged on death certificates falsely. Why is this being done? Hospitals, many times throughout our history, have been overrun by the annual influenza or SARS, H1N1 coronaviruses of all natures. But the need to intentionally destroy the world economy, devastate millions, 10 and counting, of small businesses, while the Walmart and Costco's of the world never skipped a beat, is clear evidence of the corporate bank takeover. I noticed this long before I read the first of these books, and I have several more to read that have just arrived. Masks were proven by the World Health Organization and the infamous liar Dr. Fauci, who changed his mind about them on at least 3 separate occasions, to be ineffective unless they were the ones used in the frontline medical people, and they cost over $30 a piece. The basic online aerosol tests also proved their efficacy to be close to nil. A little social distancing, hand sanitation is acceptable and obvious, at least for the time being. The incredible amount of human suffering caused by these unnecessary lockdowns, curfews, health issues, children deprived of their education due to poverty while not being able to afford a laptop, separation from loved ones, the psychological trauma to many disabled and normal people, along with the media's incessant fear-mongering, has set us back for decades, not to mention the cruel hoax of not allowing people to even attend the funerals of loved ones, goes beyond disgusting and borders on criminal. The only ones who come on top here are the rich, bureaucrats, banks, large corporations, and the pharmaceutical industry in particular, since anything to do with a COVID case earns the taxpayers charged for it 3 times as much as any regular symptom or office visit does. I have heard all of the pathos, empathy by doctors who are on the front line and have witnessed COVID death sufferings, and I sympathize, as if it was any greater in degree than the poor individual dying from lung cancer allowed by our legal cigarette tobacco industry and poor food quality, despite their number being 1,000 times greater, yet that isn't a pandemic. 9,600 COVID deaths in Canada in 2020 versus 300,000 plus caused by tobacco, chemically poisoned food, cardiovascular disease, alcohol, pharmaceutical, street drugs, causing these numbers to appear on government-based sites. Many people have been denied essential operations and care, but have been deferred even when there were beds available. Where is the empathy here, and why hasn't the media given this reality the fear-mongering that it equally deserves? I could take you on a journey with much more information, but I understand you have your office responsibilities to take care of. But remember, even Main Street is dying, and our business is beginning its new year with a 20% decrease. So inform your people that action must be taken at every level of government, from municipal, provincial to federal, to back off this exaggerated news and fear-mongering and let the world get back to a real normal. Or 1984 and Brave New World will become a reality. Unemployment is staggering, and with no tourist season coming this year for a second round of local support businesses euphemisms, 2022 will be the coffin our society will succumb to. Note, Pfizer Pharmaceuticals have been sued for the highest amount ever known in 1 year, 2009, for the amount of $2.3 billion, killing/murdering hundreds of children and adults through their untested and often toxic drugs. Take a vaccine from these people? You've got to be kidding. Online will illustrate this for you, along with criminal charges to Purdue Pharma for the opioid crisis with Oxycontin and allowing for doctors to prescribe it like candy, who also failed in their ethical duties to the patient. Maybe a diet or something holistic for a change. Nature, in short, should be prescribed as opposed to pills which most doctors don't even know the contents of. There have already been a number of deaths with this COVID vaccine, not to mention thousands of serious reactions to it. Great to be a guinea pig for the pharmaceutical industry. Methinks not. If you're not informed, then you're misinformed. Mark Twain. Tell the people a lie 1,000 times and they'll believe it, but tell them the truth once and they'll soon dismiss it. Abraham Lincoln. With precedents already set by the pharmaceutical industries concerning our personal safety, no one can have any of their privileges, obligations, rights, or any other service, government or private, revoked as a result of refusing to take the COVID vaccine. Unless the Charter of Rights can be ruled by a newly manufactured law, not currently in our Constitution, then our rights remain intact. It's not the anti-vaxxers, anti-masks that are the problem, but a government that cannot see more clearly what a democracy consists of as opposed to draconian, almost verging on communist-style actions and laws are becoming. We do not warrant a police state, nor do we ever desire one to be used. So please back off of our rights and allow our freedom to come back to our people. All those who think this way still respect other people's rights to take the vaccine, wear masks, or whatever makes them truly comfortable or safe. But for those of us who don't capitulate, do the same for us. For brother, and anyway, I wrote on the side, there are, as we speak, close to 100 million people in Europe, England, and North America without work. Thanks to this. I would gladly trade and I would give my life to see the world return to normal and put up with this. This? The debt alone that's being manufactured right now, Trudeau and all of Europe and the States are printing debt money. And when that debt money gets to a certain point, someone's going to pay it back or someone's going to be under the control of that debt. And that is part of what this plan is about. Once people lose their homes, there's no small businesses around, it's corporate world, then we'll be forced to take the vaccine, we'll be forced to line up for government handout money, and that is a world I do not want any part of, nor do I want my children. So,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.